from our Shaykh, SahibulSaif, Shaykh Abdulkerim Kibrisi Rabbani, to speak something, to give us just one drop that we may take, and it may give us light and guidance in these times. One word of the awliya Allah that they're taking from the oceans of the Prophet ﷺ, it is enough for mankind, for guidance. But if you're not taking from them, in these days people are taking it from themselves. And Biyazir Bastami Kadasonsir is saying, the one who has no Shaykh, his Shaykh is Shaitan. Shaykh means a guide. If you're not taking a guide that is representing the Holy Prophet ﷺ, trained in that way and left to you, then you are guiding yourself. And the man who is guiding himself follows his nafs. And the nafs guide, it is shaitan. But alhamdulillah, there are billions of people in this world right now. Only a handful, and we are amongst that very few, that we are holding on to our Shaykh. We're holding on to a guide. Holding on to a guide also, it does not mean, like so many people are understanding, they see the Shaykh, they like his smile, they say, pray for me. Oh, his prayers come true, they like it very much. They come maybe once a year, maybe once 5 years. The Shaykh is there, everybody comes, kisses his hand, and then go. What is a Shaykh now? A ATM cash machine. Every time you need cash, you just put in the card, and then he's going to. The one who is assigned to you, that is coming from the teachings of the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet came to teach people how to live. He came to teach people how to die. Not just how to live, how to die. He came to teach people what to expect in the grave, how to conduct ourselves in the grave and in the hereafter. Not just for this world. Not just for this world. What is the age that we are living in now? This is the Ahir of the Ahir Zaman. This is the age of confusion. This is the age where 124,000 prophets, they've been warning all their nations about the dangers of the Ahir Zaman. We're living in it. If you're living in these times and you're still looking at this world that is so beautiful and so rosy, then we say that is according to how you see, definitely. Because what you see is what's on social media. Everyone is just smiling, putting pictures of the best. Everyone is just trying to make a show. It is makruh. In some places it is forbidden to even show off what you eat. No? You imagine? Our fathers, our grandfathers, whenever they're eating, they're showing off. Look, 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 I'm eating this. Look, 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 I'm eating this. But now, so many people are doing it. Even religious figures, they're doing it. We are forgetting very simple things. That is there that the Prophet ﷺ is saying, don't let the shaitan to trick you. He's not going to trick you from the big things. He's going to trick you from the small things. That in these days, everyone is so confused and they just go along according to that. It is not a small thing, it is a big thing. Well, we think the rest of the world is like us. We just finish eating and our stomachs is this big that we're wasting, especially in America. That we're wasting 40% of our food, we're wasting 40% that we're throwing to garbage. You think Allah is not going to question us living in this country, especially to the Muslims? So now, instead of showing the unbelievers the way of the lifestyle of the Prophet ﷺ, we're taking their lifestyle. Okay, baby, you like to eat? No, I don't like to eat this one. It's okay, throw it out, trash it. We're teaching that to our kids. You like to eat? You don't like to eat? It's okay, throw it. How you think they're going to grow up? how you think their relationship to the food is going to be, how you think their relationship to those who have less is going to be, then Ramadan is just again about that. Good times. Food and family. Food, family, food, family, good times. How are we going to feel now? You can do zikr as much as you want. You can go up and down as much as you want. But if your heart, there is no sincerity, if your heart is not sincere, nothing is going to save you. Because in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sincerity is demanded from the servant. And the servant is sincere in himself, knowing that he is a servant. And as a servant, there is a protocol to servanthood, just as there is a protocol to lordship. The servant cannot behave like the Lord. So we're living in those times. Never forget that. We're living in those times where to enjoy something that is good, you are going to get cursed, insulted, and slandered. To say this is wrong, this is right, you're going to be cursed, insulted, and slandered. Because everywhere it is dark like that, everywhere it is confusion. And the way that they're going to pull to your nafs, to pull to your ego, is going to make it to be so easy. If you give in to that, even with one drop in your heart, dunya will open up for you. Dunya also, but not real dunya. You're going to get tired from it, but you're not going to get nothing from it also. But your faith is going to be very weak. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will question us. We're living in these times. We are responsible. We've come here. We're sitting here in this dergah to understand what is our responsibility as Muslims, what is our responsibility as believers, what is our responsibility as murids. If we call ourselves Muslims, believers or murids, yes, there is a responsibility. What is our responsibility to our family, to our community, and to this world, to this country? We have a responsibility. So now you're asking me that question. Somebody passed away. Ya Allah, have mercy on him and raise his station. And they are putting like a show to him so that people are going to see him. And people in these days, like I said, they don't even eat. Astaghfirullah. Very soon you're going to see they're not even going to go to a toilet without taking a picture and showing to everyone where they're going. Just found out there are also videos now, people just sitting and eating. 1 hour they're eating, and you just watch them eating. This is something that is very wrong in the sight of Allah and His Prophet. But people are just saying, what can I do? If I can't beat them, I join them. Who is saying this? Which ayat is this? Which hadith is this? So now we are seeing people who are doing that. We say, our way is different. We're taking from our Shaykh, who is taking from his grand Shaykh, reaching to 40 grand Shaykhs. And we're not doing that. We don't like to do that. If they do it for their reason, what can we do? We take lesson from it. This is the whole point. We have to see and we have to take lesson. Not for us to sit and to say we are better than them. We are not better than them if Allah is not holding on to our leash. If He lets our leash to be gone a little bit, our ego is going to go very wild. Then in the way of Siratul Mustaqim, we're going to be like those ones who are pulling the anger of Allah. So they're doing certain things. We're not going to interfere so much. But that is not our way. That one, perhaps, is a shaheed. If he isn't, We're asking Allah whatever that is best for him to open up. We're not going to say who is and who is not. Who are we? But that way now of instant gratification and instant news and instant popularity, we're pulling ourselves away from that. They may have their reasons, let them to be. But, like I said, it is not proper adab even to have anything to show what we're eating. That's a good thing. Now this one, it's not our way. Because people now, instead of being busy with what is in front of them, that Allah is teaching them something, instead of being busy with that, they're being busy with wanting other people to look at them and concerned about how they're going to look to other people. Instead of being busy in the Hajj, and Hajj, you're wearing the ihram, that we're coming to that season of the Hajj. You're wearing your ihram, meaning you're dead. Now they want to become more alive, because in the ihram, making the tawaf, they are putting videos to themselves. They're taking selfies. It doesn't matter if you're Wahhabi, you're Sunni or Sufi, it doesn't matter. Now people going to the tomb of the Holy Prophet, hey, mashallah, very good. Saying, Ya Rasulullah, okay, mashallah, very good. See, now they're taking selfie. That time they turn their back to the Prophet and they're taking picture just like that. MashaAllah. What are you going to gain from it? What are you gaining from it? Who are we trying to please again? Who do we want to look at us? If it is your Lord and your Prophet that you want to look, then who cares what people think? Who cares if they like or they don't like? Because that is our reality. Death is waiting for us. Death is a reality. It is given to every man, woman, and child, black, white, doesn't matter. It is a reality, believer, unbeliever. Prophets, or the ones who does not believe in Allah, death comes. Young or old, death comes. And tariqat is to teach us how to approach this life, to prepare ourselves for death. What is darvish? Darvish is the one who is preparing himself to die, to enter into the holy divine court, to enter there. Why are we wearing white? Why are we wearing turbans? This is our kafan. So if we die, wrap us up in it and just put us in the grave. We're going to bring nothing from this world. Like the Ottomans, they used to say, to know that when you go to sleep, death is under your pillow. And when you wake up, to know that death is staring at you in your face. These things, Allah is reminding us. Even through that social media, Allah is reminding us. We get news of people dying every single minute, every hour, every day we're seeing it. Yet people's hearts, they have turned more and more confused and darker. Why is that? One minute they're seeing something serious, next minute they see something dirty, next minute they see something funny, next minute. So the heart now is never at rest. The heart is never at rest. It's always jumping here and there, it's never at rest. It's never sitting to understand what is that reality that is in front of you. We are asking Allah not to make us to fall into that trap, because these are the days of confusion, and we're asking Allah to make us not to be confused and to hold on to the teachings of our Shaykhs, the teachings of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and not to deviate, and for our hearts not to weaken to anything that is displeasing to them. Don't you see, in these days, if you're going to have belief, especially in the way of the Prophet ﷺ, whole world is going to be against you. Your family is going to go against you. Because what is that word? Sunni. Sunni has just become a label. There's no reality in that anymore. In name of Sunni, people have become Shia. In the name of Sunni, people have become Wahhabi. In the name of Sufi, people have become Salafi. It used to be Ahli Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Those ones who are following the traditions of the Prophet. What is traditions of the Prophet? Just going up and down? Just the 5 pillars, what we're doing, that is the traditions? If it is, if for 1500 years that today's Muslims thinking that we have the best of Islam, we know better than our predecessors, we know better than the Sahabi Kiram, the Tabi'in. If Islam was practiced the way that it is today, in the time of the Tabi'ins, it would have been finished in 1 generation. Finished. Because everyone is taking their guide themselves as a guide. Myself, I read the Quran, I read the Hadith. Hadith, you don't know whether it's true or not. Let's put that away, only the Quran. Because the Quran is the word of Allah. We ask them, what is your logic? That is the word of the Prophet, it's a man. Quran is the word of Allah, yes, but it's in the language of a man. If you say no, the language of Allah is Arabic, then we say Allah, Allah. The Jews are saying the language of Allah is Hebrew. Then where are we going to go from there? Our Lord, He is a Rabb, He is not an Arab, He is Rabb. And His language is a lordly language. That is why Islam, it is universal, it's not an Arabic religion. If you look at tariqat, the secret of tariqat, the secret of tasawwuf, spirituality in Islam is given to the Ajam right away. After Abu Bakr Siddiq, straight away he goes to the Ajam. He didn't stay with the Arabs. So now we have to fear a little bit. We have to fear. We're living in very fearful times. We have to fear. We have to know what is sincerity. We have to take away things that are not sincere. We have to open up our heart to understand. We have to be holding on tightly to those ones who are teaching us as much as you like. If you don't like, you can go. Doesn't matter. Yes, it matters. Of course it matters. It's going to matter because, like I said, every soul shall taste death. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Holy Quran, every nafs must taste the death. So now we enter into tariqat to live that reality. To live that reality of understanding what is death and how to prepare for it. So Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah means to have the lifestyle of the Prophet. It is not just to have the name or the label. It is to have the lifestyle of the Prophet. Like I said, it is unthinkable 1 generation ago that people are going to show off what they're eating. Now, you have people taking pictures of what they're eating and sending it to people, their own people, same country, across the border to those ones who are starving. They're eating from grass and trees. They're starving and sending them the food because they have different political ideas. And saying we're having all these kebabs. MashaAllah to us. You, what are you eating? Muslims are doing this to each other. So now, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is opening up this channel of wrath, of punishment that is raining to the Muslims and to this mankind? We have to know why. Because now, whole world also can get together and pray and ask Allah. Nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. We used to say, if only the whole world is going to stop and pray to Allah, 24 hours something is going to happen. Why Allah is going to deny us our prayers if we are real believers? Why Allah is going to deny? Why Allah is going to deny the worship of all those ones who are in Mecca, Medina, in Qudus and everywhere else, that they're opening their hands and crying? Why Allah is going to not answer that? There must be a reason. In the old days, you only need one person to open their hands, and Allah will send that whole community endlessly and for generations. Generations. You know this. One person that is in your lineage that is doing something, and Allah loves that one for generations. Now it's saved. Why now? More and more people making zikr, it seems. More and more people making mawlid, going umrah non-stop. It becomes like vacation, of course, non-stop. But we see the state of the Muslims. It is not improving one single step forward. If anything, we're seeing day by day, everything is getting worse and worse. Why is that? There was once in a town. This town, this city, everyone was running to do wrong things. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the angel of Azab to go down and to send the curse and the punishment to this whole city. And the angel is saying, Ya Rabbi, it is known to you. There is one holy man that is living there. And that holy man, he prays to you. He makes zikr. He does everything that is good. And if you're asking us to pull down your anger to the city, that man will be punished too. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is replying, saying, give that holy man, the one who makes zikr, the one who prays, give that one 10 times more punishment first, before all the others. Because never once he stood up against to tyranny. Because whatever that is happening in his community, he just turned his head and he accepts. Because his heart has softened to them. And he's not warning them. Send that one 10 times more punishment than the others. We need to know where we have fallen. What is it that our du'as is getting stopped? We need to know. As an ummah, nobody is listening. Because Allah's Khalifah is not 2. It is not 3, it is 1. And that Khalifah, we have wronged ourselves to him. And Allah is saying, I will not accept your thanks unless you thank the one who helped you. And you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is going to forgive if that one that you have wronged is not forgiving you. Allah is saying, no, I will not forgive until that one has forgiven you. As our Shaykh, SahibulSaif is saying, is ummah now, Muslims and non-Muslims, we're suffering because of what wrong and the betrayal that we have done to Sultan Abdulaziz Khan. Just wait to see what's going to happen to this nation for what we've done to Sultan Abdul Hamid Khan. Who is listening to this? No one. The shadow of Allah on earth, the one that underneath that shadow that we're finding cool and shade, and we chop it down. That one that has been continuously for 1400 years, that maqam that is there, that maqam, that protection, that shadow, that none of us are interested in anymore, that we're saying it should not be. Everyone should be more and more and more independent and liberal. And we've pulled that down and we've betrayed that one. How you think now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how He's going to save us or not? That beloved one, Allah is saying, you are betraying my beloved one. Wait, Allah is saying, wait. This is not His punishment yet. We are punishing each other. We fear Allah. That's why we are here. May Allah keep us in protection, inshallah. As much as it is for us, we're standing up to say this is right and this is wrong. May Allah not make our heart to weaken to those things that displease Him. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu